Hi folks, welcome back. Let's start to do the second dish. Well, actually this dish is what we call, the second item is a soup. Now, in Trinidad we have this called bhaji. In a way, in Asia, these are very widely used vegetable. We see have a lot of people use the cook down the bhaji. It's good, okay, very tasty. But bhaji, beside that purpose, it could use it for what we call soup, and it's also very easy to swallow and it's very nutritious. Now the ingredients are what we call the mung bean threads or the Chinese vermicelli. This is made out of mung bean, not with rice flour. We have an egg, we have some fried saltfish, deboned. We have a lot of what called the flavor powder. This one is vegetarian, okay? A little salt, a little white pepper, simple as that, okay? Now, and a garlic, most of all. Now, I know everybody can do it, but let me still show you how to actually clean one of these things, how to select. Now, the thicker is not always better, but always look for the bigger one. The reason why it is that the thin one tends to be very hard. I will teach you how to select and how to feel when to stop. At the end here, or as you break it, they have a shred on the side there. Pull it down, okay? Once you have a shred to break, good. Once you try to break it, it could not break. That is what we call it's too old, or too hard. Now, you see, once you break it, keep this one. Now this one already washed. So what we do is that right now is that first you pick all the leaf aside. Now the leaf, what you do is that the stalk, you don't really care for the stalk. It's more of the leaf itself, okay? All the nutrients, all the minerals and ions is very rich in chlorophyll. So what you do is that you pick all the leaf first, and then you try to take out all the what we call the branch root. You don't need this, right? The branch root, you don't need the branch root. Okay, so you see all the branch root, we don't need that. But you see the side, what we have little shoots, those are very tender. So continue again, break it, pull it upward first. So clear the shred on the skins, and then pull it down again. And then you turn it a half turn, clear it from the one in your hand where you're breaking the stalk from the upper part. And so you turn halfway, continue, pull the shred. You know what, if you don't do this, boy, it's very fibery, which means it is that it's too hard to chew. And some of this actually, the stalk is too hard. So when you want to eat something, it's go easy with your stomach. You don't want it very hard to digest in most of the food. You want an easy digestion, not something to stay in the stomach too long. Okay, now all the side branches, we don't want it. And when you're reaching to the bottom here, it's very tender. But still, you have to look for all the shred. Any shred you could actually, you name it, right here. Just pull it downward or the reverse the other way. So you see, this is what we call unwanted product. We put it one side for now. Now this one here, actually, we will cook together with this one. What you have to do now, it is that put down some water, okay? This actually is around 6 bowls of water, 6 bowls of water. And we have, what you're gonna do is that you crush a garlic first. The garlic, I just want you to crush it, just like this. You have more flavor when you just do this one instead of chop it off. The flavor tends to go away. Now this is swordfish. In China, in the Asian, what they use is more for dry shrimps. Okay, dry shrimps and the swordfish actually equivalent to give you what we call the umami, the 5th flavor. All right, that is a kind of what we call savory flavor, very tasty. MSG or Cuisine is trying to replicate of this flavor. Okay. Now here we put a little bit powder, a pinch of salt. Let water come to boil first before we do the vegetable. Okay? And the egg now, you don't have to beat it, is if you want. Now, okay? So if you see in the supermarket, you see dry shrimps again. You put the same amount, wash it out first, put dry shrimp. You get that very tasty flavor. It's just like, it's a savory flavor. A more flavor than anything that you could name of. That's what they use in most of the Asian restaurants right now. Okay, so let the water come to boil, and then we put all the green vegetable inside at once. In the meantime, look at, I see a fiber here. This is not edible. This is very hard for the stomach to utilize this one. So make sure doing this way, and they're very nutritious. And you know, sometimes you know you don't want to feel something solid. This is the ideal stuff. It's a soup. There we go. Everything down one time. Now remember, there's a stocks in here, right? The stock, believe it or not, is so tender and juicy and yet so sweet. Trust me, but you must pull all the shred out, like what I showed you earlier. Okay? As you put it down, make sure the water comes back to boil. When this will be done, well, the vegetable actually, when you put it in hot boiled water, and when the water comes back to rolling boil again, the vegetable is cooked. But what I want to do is that sometimes, you know, it's better let the heat take a little longer, cook a little longer, to have what we call a little tender, a little more tender, more sweet flavor. So when they put this egg now, this egg had to put at the last moment before you switch the heat. So let me bring the bowl across here over, and also a soup bowl. Okay, this is about it. It's about time. Finish already. Now remember I showed you earlier a little white pepper. When you're doing Asian food, it's better use white pepper, not black pepper, because it's more suitable for the Asian side of the food. Okay, and then you have a little sesame oil. That's the moment, the last moment before we move from it. Okay, so this is done already. So simple. Okay, so let's put the egg inside here. Put the egg in the middle. Don't move it. Let it cook. Open ways, let the egg fit under the water, submerged under the water. What happened is that the egg will cook slowly without the egg yolk burst. And same time now it is that you could have it medium well, or you could have it well done. For me, I like it a little runny. Okay, in the meantime, you just get a little bit what we call the sesame oil. Turn off the heat, because the balance of heat will cook the egg in a moment. You turn off the heat, and you just put the sesame oil in it, and you get a pot holder and place it right in the bowl. Now the vegetables is good, and it's healthy, and it's very nutritious, and the most important is tasty. So don't go away. I'll be back after these messages.